So good day everyone. This is the data submission or the raw data of Moana Margalbuna and Marilyn Dean Singayo with the section code of A156 on the course of Statistical Theory Math 124B. So this
So
is
this is the data that we've submitted. Let's tackle first the quantitative data. So the first data is total enrollment by region, school year 2021-2022. So the source here is the Department of Education or the DepEd, and the variable here is the number of students enrolled. The second data is the distribution of the household population 5 to 24 years old who were attending school in school year 2019 to 2020 by place of school and region of residence, Philippines 2020. The source here is the Philippine Statistics Authority or the PSA 2020 Census of Population and Housing. And the variable here is the percent of students attending school. The third data here is the distribution of household population 10 years old and over by marital status and region, Philippines 2020. So the source here is the Philippine Statistics Authority or the PSA and the 2020 Census of Population and Housing. Paikapusugan. So the third data here, so the third data here is the distribution of household population 10 years old and over by marital status and region, Philippines 2020. So the source here is the Philippine Statistics Authority or the PSA and the 2020 Census of Population and Housing.
And as you can see, the variable here is the marital status. And
And the last data,
but not the
but not the least, the fourth and fifth data,
which is the
which is the household population 5 years old and over by highest educational.
And the last
And the last but not the least data, we have the fourth and fifth.
And the last
But not the least data holding our fourth and fifth variable, which is the sex and highest educational attainment, the household population 5 years old and over by highest educational attainment, and sex.
So the source is
So
the
the source
PSA
is the
or the Philippine
PSA or the
Statistics
Philippine
Authority
Statistics Authority
on
on
2020 Census of
2020 Census
Population
of
and Housing.
Population and Housing.
And now let's hop on to the descriptive analysis submitted in partial fulfillment of the requirement for the course of Statistical Theory, Math 124B, by the section code of A156, submitted by Puna Moana Mariel D. and Singayaw Marilyn Din B. Submitted to Zenny Morel, Instructor, Math 124B. To provide more clear information, let me present to you a descriptive analysis. So this report presents a descriptive analysis of educational and demographic data across various Philippine regions using government-provided data sets. The focus of this analysis is the quantitative and qualitative data on total school enrollment, educational attainment, school attendance, and marital status, highlighting patterns and disparities by region. These variables are both categorical and numerical. The data comes from official sources such as the Department of Education and the Philippine Statistical Authority. So let's see the group frequency distribution of total enrollment by region starting at 17,912. So as you can see, we've presented to you the enrollment range, frequency, class boundaries, class marks, cumulative frequencies, relative frequency, and the cumulative relative frequency. In getting the cumulative frequency, so our first input here is the first frequency, which is the 3 as usual. And then in getting the second input, we have to add the first frequency to the second frequency, which results to 12, and then so on and so forth. So the 12 added to 3 results to 15, 15 added to 2 results to 17, and 17 added to 1 results to 18. And in getting the relative frequency, we have to add all the frequency, which is the results to 18, and then each frequency we have to divide it by 18 and times the 100 to get the relative frequency. So the 3 divided by 18 times 100 results to 16.67. 9 divided by 18 and then multiplied by 100 results to 50%. 3 divided by 18 multiplied by 100 results to 16.67%, and so on and so forth. In cumulative relative frequency, so the first input here is the first relative frequency, which is the 16.67, and then added to 50%, which results to 66.67, and then added to 16.67, which results to 83.34, so on and so forth. So let's move on to the second data, which is the household population. So same to the first data, I get the frequency, cumulative frequency, relative frequency, and cumulative relative frequency. Same sa third data. Yeah. Justifications. Group frequency distribution was used for numerical data like total school enrollment, age, and percent of students attending school. These values cover a wide range, so grouping them into intervals helps make the data easier to read and understand. It also makes it simpler to spot trends, like which enrollment range most regions fall into or which age group has the highest number of people. And group frequency distribution was used for categorical data such as marital status, sex, and educational attainment. These variables already fall into clear categories, so listing each one separately helps us see the exact amount or exact count and compare them directly. So we provided also graphs, each data. So we have here the total enrollment by region starting at 17,912. We have also here the percent distribution of housing population attending school. We have also the sex distribution, educational attainment distribution. Let's move forward to the computation of descriptive measures. In total enrollment, we have the quantitative group data. So each data is in thousands. So to get the mean, we have to add all the data and then divide it with the number of frequency, total number of frequency, which results to 1,601,492. In getting the median class, we can see the formula here. And then in getting the modal class is equals to class with the highest frequency, which is the 856,278 to 1,694,643. So we have here the formula of getting the mode, which is the L plus the quantity of Fm minus F1 and to Fm F minus F1 to F minus F2 times the I. So our L here is equals to 856,277.5. The FM is equal to 9. F1 is equals to 3. F2 is equals to 838. F2 is equals to 838,365, and the I is equals to 838,365. So which results to the mode is approximately which results to the mode approximately 1,275,460. And then getting the range, educational attainment. So the second data, same formulas, same method. And the third data, which is the marital status, which is qualitative, same. And then the fourth data and the fifth. So let's have an interpretation of results. So this descriptive analysis reveals significant regional disparities in Philippine education. School enrollment shows a highly skewed distribution, with some areas having far more students than others, suggesting unequal access to education. The average educational attainment is relatively low, indicating many haven't completed high school. While single and married are the most frequent marital status, a considerable portion of the population is in common law relationships. Most students attend local schools, possibly due to limited access to schools further away. These findings highlight the need for policies to address uneven access to education and the associated socioeconomic factors. Further research, including a more detailed regional breakdown and analysis of socioeconomic indicators, is crucial to develop effective solutions.